Good evening, I'm Jonathan Hill. A man has been sentenced to 10 years in prison after police found a loaded gun hidden in a gift bag under his bed in Bethnal Green. Bos Lumia pleaded guilty to possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and for having ammunition. London has had nearly twice the average monthly rainfall in the last 24 hours. It's caused flooding along the A41 at Brent Cross and on the North Circular, where a number of vehicles have been left stranded. The street food market, Dinorama, has been a Shoreditch fixture for half a decade, but this weekend will be its last. The coronavirus pandemic has meant takings are down and the venue can't keep going. Katie Barnfield reports.
It's one of London's original street food markets, but after 5 years, tomorrow will be Dinorama's final day.
Obviously, we haven't taken any revenue from March during the lockdown period. Therefore, we need to take revenue to pay the rent. And basically, we couldn't agree a deal with the landlords, so we're forced to shut down.
The two-storey market was built from scratch in an old truck yard in Shoreditch. When the market closes, the building will have to be demolished too. Henry and Sam only opened their stall here 2 months ago when Dinorama reopened after lockdown. Already, they're having to start again.
It's a massive, massive blow, and obviously the future for us is like super, super uncertain. We've got to sort out, get everything out of here, gutted and gone, literally by Monday, and we found out on Friday, so.
The traders that can survive are looking for new locations, but many say restrictions like the 10 p.m. curfew and advice to work from home are making things almost impossible.
With a lot of the businesses not going to be returning to fully packed offices, we're not going to get the lunch trades that we used to have, and that's going to mean that sustainability for a business is almost eradicated,
Since it first opened, Dinorama has served over 2 million customers. Those here this weekend say they're sad to see it go.
It's actually our first time here, but we're really sad because it's a really good place.
The way it's designed is pretty good for like ordering your table, everyone's sort of separated. Yeah.
The pandemic has already had a devastating impact on London's restaurant scene. The longer it continues, the more businesses like this will be forced to close for good. Katie Barnfield, ITV News.
The news that the latest Bond film is going to be pushed back to next spring is the latest in a series of delays by major movie studios, but it's caused real worry for some theatres. The Genesis Cinema in Whitechapel has said moving the film could cause an 80% drop in revenue.
We can't have an industry just focused on one film. We need more than one film to keep us going. So it's a huge blow because now there's no major release until at least December. It's probably going to hit us from, we'll probably be trading at about 15 to 20% of what we normally would be trading. And it's a huge, huge blow.
Now let's take a look at the football.
Keeping up to date.
Hi.
Hi, proud sponsors of ITV Regional Sports Report.
Kurt Zouma headed in the second before Jorginho scored two nearly identical penalties to finish off the win. American soccer superstar Alex Morgan held her first press conference since joining Tottenham Hotspur. The two-time World Cup winner has joined Spurs on a short-term loan. She said she became interested in the club after she visited before last year's World Cup.
I was really impressed with the facilities. I became a fan of the men's team at that point, and then when I started really considering joining, just having a discussion with both Juan and Karen, the head coaches of the club, and seeing their passion.
Now here's Chris Page with the latest weather.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London weekend weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you across the capital today. We've already seen over a month's worth of rainfall in some spots, and that rain is here to stay as we go through the rest of the weekend. Yes, it was dry by this afternoon, this area of low pressure is the culprit. It's spiralling in these weather fronts. These weather fronts, a bit like dirty socks in a washing machine, just continue to spiral around the centre of the area of low pressure, bringing further bouts of heavy rain across the capital as we go into tomorrow. That rain now starting to move its way back in from the west. Heavier pulses shown by the brighter colours in here, rather persistent by dawn first thing tomorrow morning, and the winds starting to strengthen too from the south and the west. A lot of standing water as we wake up on Sunday, temperatures 9 to 10 degrees, so fairly mild for this time of year. But as we go through the day, a soggy old start to Sunday, and that persistent rain is with us through most of the day. Not really letting up at all by the afternoon. Maybe something a little bit lighter to end the afternoon with something patchier as well, but temperatures generally around 11 to 13 Celsius. The unsettled theme is here to stay though as we go into the week ahead, feeling much more like autumn. Bye-bye.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London weekend weather.
And that's all from the London team for now. Until tomorrow, goodbye.